Evening, everybody. I'm Ellen Lucas. I'm at St. Augustine's Primary School. We're out in Wynberg, or Witsbulma. If we just start off this evening by take this opportunity to say thank you to Denise, to Nikki, and the staff of Partners for Possibility, as well as the sponsors for this program and for the chance to be part of this Cape Town Leadership Circle 13 this past year. I also convey my apologies of my partner Adrian, who unfortunately cannot be here this evening. But I know Adrian is thinking of all of us and sending waves of support as she sits wherever she is. This journey started on the 18th.
Do you want your slides to show?
Yes, I can run. This journey started on the 18th of June 2015 at our first community of practice gathering, and that took place at our school as well. And I always say that this journey can be compared to the life of a tree. We start off with a tiny tree, a little sapling. And the sapling grows, and it grows bolder and it grows stronger as the years develop. And so with our relationship, Adrian and ours partnership, we grew bolder and we grew stronger as the year carried on. You know, at first we were a bit wary of each other, dancing around each other, very careful of what we said and how we did things. But as the year progressed, our partnership became much stronger, and we were able to take on things and to do different things. Our first meeting, or rather should I say, as the year progressed, we branched out and started doing many things, many ventures, many activities, and we had developed as the year progressed. And as with that tree that I started off with, our partnership continues to grow and get stronger as we go throughout this year. The Partners with Possibility espouses co-action, and it espouses co-learning between the school partnership, the school principal, and the business leader. And together, Adrian and I were there to lead change on different levels. Change, first of all, with myself, and then change with my SMT, my management team, change with the teachers, and then change with the parents. Those were the 4 areas that we looked at. And over the past year, that is exactly what we've been doing. As a principal, with my relationship with Adrian has been quite a collaborative one. We've done everything together. She brought on board her experiences in top management and as a leader in the outside business world. And I had my experiences as a principal of a school. And yet they sound very different, yet they are very similar in ways. And our shared experiences assisted in us developing as the strong partnership. Whenever I needed leadership or I needed assistance, I could turn to Adrian and she would be there for me. At our first meeting, we agreed that there's a large impact from positive leadership. And that is what we needed to look at. We needed to be positive and have a shared leadership with our teachers. And that positive leadership would actually go a long way in lifting the morale of our teachers. We knew we had to inspire commitment and action, we had to lead, we had to build involvement, and we had to sustain hope and participation, all things that the Partners with Possibility stood for. And that we decided as the 2 of us went through these things, the way that we needed to get to this point in our journey was to bring the teachers on board. That was very, very important. Because without their assistance, without their buy-in, nothing was going to happen. And we had to know how they felt. We had to know what the ideas were, what their thoughts were. And the way we went about this was that we presented them with a set of questions that covered quite a range of things as far as the school's needs were concerned and as far as their personal development needs were concerned. And we felt that this questionnaire could get their creative juices going. This questionnaire could give us an idea as to where to start. And it also could help the teachers because now they needed to look inside of themselves and be self-critical and also be self-reflective in this journey. We realized that people-centered leadership, the two of us, was the highest level of motivation that we could get to. And if people gave their own contribution, they would have such a great buy-in to everything. And that was core. And our interactions as a partnership, we were able to draw that out in our teachers. And the best way that we could realize this was actually to have a strategic session where we get everybody, because now we had planted that seed with the questions, and we could, through a strategic plan or strategic session, we could plot the way forward. Nikki helped us with getting a facilitator on board, and Adrian organized the venue, and off we went for 2 days in September holidays, and we had the session. It was an absolutely incredible experience because we had opened up and we wanted our teachers to come on board. At the end of the session, we had our strategic plan in place, a one-pager. And we had our teams in place and we had our project owners in place. And that to us was a great mountain that we had climbed because now we had buy-in from the staff. And that is what the partnership was all about, to get everybody on board, to get co-learning and to get co-action in place. The project would allow my staff to make independent contributions and for them to get the recognition for doing so. Our learnings from Time to Think allowed us the chance to listen to others without interrupting them, without giving our opinions. And that's very hard for me to sit back and do that. But that was a very important thing, to allow somebody to express themselves without judgment. And this fostered self-confidence in the teachers' abilities. It drew them out. The teachers were open to ideas and suggestions, and their passion for our learners were aptly displayed in the mission and promise of a strategic plan which says to love, to lead, and to let them soar. That is our objective that we had in our strategic plans for the year. As the year progressed, we agreed to meet at times so that we could listen to them, we could give guidance, we could give support, and positive feedback for them to deliver. Our projects are being successfully implemented and monitored, and it is very much an ongoing process. Just a few of those projects that we looked at was the first one was to draw our parents in, and we had the WordWorks program going. WordWorks program, a 7-week program, where parents are taught by were taught by 2 of our teachers for 2 hours every Saturday morning. They were taught and they were given the skills to the parents so that they could go home and assist their children with maths and literacy. And in that way, we brought our parents in. Another one, we wanted a well-resourced library. That was my main thing. And Adrian made the initial contact with a gentleman by the name of Cosmos at the Bookery. And we got things set up, and in no time, our library is up and running at the moment, as you could see with those pictures. We had a group of young people, foreigners coming in to help us with the murals and to help with the furniture and so forth. but we have our library in place, which was quite a big project. We also team up with Springfield Girls Convent. They sent a group of 15 young matriculants, and they come along to our school on a Wednesday from 3 till 4, and they assist our young grade 4s with homework, with reading, that peer learning. It's also a fun way of our children to learn, but they also have a sense of responsibility and what kindness to others can do. That was our children, how we brought our children on board. Our parents also. I just posed one question to them. I had it on a nice page, and I sent the question home, and I asked my parents, what would you want us to put in place to make our school a school of excellence? That was the one question. I gave them a lot of lines to fill it in. And did they fill it in? We got some fantastic responses. But also lots of things that we were, as a staff, that we had targeted, and we felt that we were kind of on the same wavelength with our parents. But the one thing that stood out was the need for a sports program. And that's problematic at our school, especially the principals who know the area. It is a small playground, and it is tarred over that artificial turf that I would love to have done. But we may do. We have hockey, we have volleyball, we have chess, we have table tennis. We have those sports going at an inter-class level at the moment. Kids fall, they pick themselves up and they continue. And next year we will go a level higher. Our teachers also needed personal development. They indicated on their questionnaire. That thing came out very strongly. And we organized a session for them. Urgent versus important. Teachers are always moaning about time. I don't have time to do this, I don't have time to do that. And this workshop actually enabled us to discern what is important and what is urgent. Gave us the strategies to be able to do that and not waste time, which is so precious to us. So these are but a few of our projects that have come out of our strategic planning. There are many more. Our computer room, which is also complete, that we've completed. But I'm not going to bore everybody with all of them. But these projects that we've completed and these projects that we are busy with reflect what Partners for Possibility stand for. And what they stand for is the co-action and co-learning between the partner and the principal. We've taken that one step further by roping in our SMT, our teachers and our parents and our children. So there's an ongoing learning process that's taking place. The training we received at the workshops, the time to think, flawless consulting and community building, they all assisted us. It went a long way in helping us, in equipping us on various leadership principles. And we continue to use it in our daily lives. In closing, I would like to refer to the importance of the community of practice sessions. That's where we met each other. And to me, that was so important. It not only afforded me the opportunity to meet or physically visit a school in Khayelitsha or a school in Simonstown, it also gave me the opportunity to meet other principals who at times experience the same problems I do and sometimes experience problems that I don't know about and have not experienced, but have enriched me. These sessions were such a joy. As I use the word joy because I thoroughly enjoyed attending them and mixing and meeting with my fellow colleagues and everybody at those meetings. It was good to share with like-minded individuals. This process also was made easier by the calm and measured input of our learning process facilitator, Nikki. Nikki's always calm. Nikki, a big thank you. A big thank you for your valued input throughout the process, always being there whenever we needed you, and just visiting us also. Took us a long way. I found that sharing ideas and raising and discussing thought-provoking issues, those were empowering and enriching, and that is what the whole purpose of the partnership was and is. To my fellow Cape Town Leadership Circle 13 colleagues, and especially my partner, my business partner, Adrian, thank you for the friendship. Thank you for the camaraderie and shared discussions over the past year. It was and is greatly valued. Thank you.
Just to, something that really stood out for me when we last visited St. Augustine, Erin, something you said has really stuck with me, is that you said in our class we often talk about the children that are so naughty and destructive, and actually it's one or two, it's not that many, and most of them are really good. And so Erin's got a different way of approaching it now. So instead of calling in the naughty children, she calls in the good children, and the children that are really, have done something really great. And then she rewards them for that. So she'll give them stars, and she has brightly colored paper, and she recognizes really good things. And that stuck with me, and I just think that way of approaching life is so positive. Instead of always focusing on the small things that are negative, actually look at all the good things that are positive. And so I really sort of tried to instill that in my life as well. So thank you for that.